You think, well, if every school's average or above, then the average is just going to go up, isn't it?
It's awful. Absolutely awful.
And then she said to us all at the end, she said, "This is the best tip I'm ever going to give you."
The things that you're worried about now, Monday will come and it'll just be like it was today.
Hey, welcome back to Say You Look Tired.
Hi.
Episode 14. Still on Friday 13.
Yeah,
episode
but
14.
we're past 13 now.
Do you know what? It is insane looking at like how many people are listening. Like, yeah, I always think like if they were in a room, I'd be like, Jesus Christ. Like,
Well, maybe at some point we can get everyone together. That'd be amazing. And just tell it like it is. You're on special measures. You're on special measures.
Such a weird phrase, that, isn't it? Special measures, requires improvement, and then good.
Good. You're good. Yeah, good. And then the big poster of it all, balloons, outstanding. And there's people standing all around it like...
Do you know what though? There's so many weird stuff in teaching. Like the one I like is you're either like you're either average, above average or below average.
Mm-hmm.
And you have schools say we want everyone to be average or above. You think, well, if every school's average or above, then the average is just going to go up, isn't it? like, what do you mean the average?
Yeah.
Some are going to have to be below.
No,
so
it's just how it is.
Not this school though.
We've got high standards. No one's below in this school.
Do you know what though? Even when you think about it, it's weird in schools that a school's self-worth is done on the grades of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think of that variety of, you know yourself, I've had some classes where like, I reckon you could have kicked back and watched movies all year, give them that end of year test, and then they'd all just get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have some, you could have been there like 10 years and still not got where you needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you're judged on how good a teacher you are, of how well they did.
Mm-hmm.
No other factors in.
It's absolutely crazy. And like, you know, I always knew within the first few days, oh gosh,
Yeah.
this year's going to be hard.
Well,
It's going to be tough.
it's probably different for you, isn't it? Because you were reception.
Yes.
So they're coming in and you're judging them. I'd know like 3 years in advance. I'd be looking down the corridor
Here they
going,
come.
oh, should change year groups in a couple of years.
you walk down to reception, you hear the noise. Oh no. Like, because I've had people say before, okay, I've got a good 3 years before they get to us. I'm like, no, they're not that bad. But like, it was, I remember like always the first few days I'd turn around to like Carrie or Ellie, my TAs, and be like, we're all going to need a good sleep before Monday, before we start this all again, this circus.
Well, that must be a shock for reception teachers, like in the sense you don't really know what's coming each year, do you? Like,
We do home visits. I don't know if they do them in Liverpool. But even then you go...
Child at home, so different.
Oh,
to
well,
me.
sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh no. Well, not oh no. That sounds awful, but like, we're going to...
You can say, oh no, there's somewhere you go.
Oh no, there are. Oh no, we're going to batten down the hatches. This is going to be one of those years. But we always know after the first week, right, okay, let's just... And then they expect phonics to start in the first week now. First week of term, that these children don't know who I am, don't know anything, but they're, expected to sit and they're shown these letter cards and you're like, ah. And they're like,
I think it would have been so interesting. Like, I always think back to, because like when I was in reception, probably when you started as well, like it was just a normal year. I don't mean like reception. Well, reception's not a normal year because you do play more and they get more choice and they get more freedom, don't they? Where we had to like, I remember still sitting at desks in reception and doing work. I don't think I would have done a jot in reception if I was allowed to play. It would have been like, do you want now? No,
well,
I'm
they
okay.
have to. I'm like, get over here now. Get this work done. Get that pencil in your hand. Come on. But like, it's just silly. Like, we have to like get them to sit down and I'll say things like in the first week, okay, I'm going to sound out a word. You need to tell me what it is. Are we together on this? And I'll say something really obvious. I'll go, at.
Dog.
Or they'll go, mummy. Or they'll say like, I want my mum. Or they'll say, last night I had ice cream. That is not what I said. Anyway, but yeah, we're going to have more questions for people.
Yeah.
From people today to answer. But I wanted to share another little lovely message that I got on Instagram. Actually, Facebook. This one's from Facebook.
Oh, nice.
But if you do want to send
branching out,
branching out, and we're getting a Facebook. If you do want to send us any messages about anything, something you've done from the podcast, we love it, absolutely love it. But also drop us 5 stars. Review on, what's it called? Apple Podcasts. You can do it on Spotify as well. Drop us a comment or on YouTube. We love it. And by the way, if we don't get back to you straight away, wink, we will the next day as a work-life balance. But anyway, I had this lovely message And the lady says, "Hi, I just wanted to send a message to say thank you. I've listened to your podcast and I could relate so much, especially to your personal journey. I never thought of myself as having a poor work-life balance, but when we spoke about gaining weight and becoming less confident in the job within yourself, when your confidence goes as a teacher and you put more focus into teaching rather than yourself," she said, "I had a moment listening to it and said, that's me."
Yeah.
That is completely me. And up until now, I hadn't even realized that was me until I listened to your podcast. And I just think that's amazing. She said, "I had a kind of light bulb moment and hopefully now can start my own weight loss wellbeing journey. Thank you for inspiring me and for so many teachers out there through listening to the podcast and showing a concern for teachers' wellbeing." Isn't that amazing?
Do you know what? And that's what I liked about this podcast. This is why I wanted to do it and why I messaged you about it. Because to me, it's all about, even if you can help one person with it, it's massive, because I've said it so many times. No one understands what teaching's like till they've been a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a different way of living.
Yeah.
And it can drain you like that. And I think one of the worst things is it's always a system that's set up where you're going to burn out. You're going to put on weight. You're not going to feel as confident in yourself, and you're just going to feel meh. But at the same time, as all that's happening and you're not feeling comfortable in your skin and you're losing the confidence in yourself, you're then also expected to stand and perform all day.
Mm-hmm.
So you almost don't realize it because you have to put a mask on.
Yeah.
You have to put a mask on.
Gaslighting yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
So many times I've stood at the front of that classroom with a big smile on my face, giving it the big in. I'm like, right, today we're going to read The Tiger Who Came to Tea. Hiding behind the book. No energy at all. It's awful. Absolutely awful.
That's it. And that's where I think it comes in. Like, if you start looking after yourself more, you start feeling better about yourself, get that work-life balance, it makes teaching easier because it doesn't become your be-all and end-all.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes people's be-all and end-all.
Mm-hmm.
Because they feel like they've lost everything else.
Yeah.
And that's the big one. And that's why we started doing the questions as well. If anyone's got any questions, send them in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Might take a while to get the answers because we record each month.
but we'll get there eventually.
But we will always. And we'll always, when your one comes up, we'll always give you a shout with it and say, hey, your question's on here.
Yeah. Oh, we should do actually.
Yeah,
Yours is on this episode. So I've got one from Instagram. First of all, they started off with loving the podcast. Thank you. Love it. Just like, how do you deal with behavior issues in the classroom and difficult parents?
Do you know what? I had the best one for behavior issues. And it always made me laugh because when I was in NQT, so I was in NQT in Halton, and they put on, I don't know whether, I imagine most do, there was basically loads of different like courses and days you could go and do that Halton put on for NQTs, like, you know, to get their ticks. Probably now the same with ECTs. But one of them was, I can't remember what it was for, but it was something like for PE or something like that. But they booked the wrong person to do it. So we all come to this thing for it. I can't remember if it was PE or art or something like that. And she got there and she was like, oh, you're all very young. And we were all like, I think we're all about the right age to be NQTs. Like, they're no fun for just coming out of uni. It's like, oh, this is like the the data management for assistant heads or something like that.
Gosh.
And we were all like, no, it's not. And so she was just like, well, we're all here. Do it. And she just kind of answered questions and stuff like that. And then she said to us all at the end, she said, this is the best tip I'm ever going to give you for behavior management. She said, whenever someone's doing something wrong, just say, make the right choice. And keep saying it till they do it. She said, because if you say like, hey, Dan, stop swinging on that chair, you can go, oh, yeah, you're always thinking about it. But if you say make the right choice, they've got no comeback. Like, what do you mean? Make the right choice. Make the right choice. And then when they do it, you go, thanks for making the right choice. And that's all you have to say. Said, whether they're kicking off or whatever they're doing, keep saying, make the right choice, make the right choice, make the right choice. And whatever argument they try and throw at you, you say, make the right choice, make the right choice, make the right choice. She said that it worked brilliantly from two aspects. One, it highlights the problem, not the child.
Yeah.
So they can still get offended by it, but there's nothing for it. But as well, later on, like, it's not that you have to cover your back with stuff, but it's perfect for that as well, because like, you know, if a difficult parent does come in, they're always picking on my child. What did they say? They told them to make the right choice.
You can't. Oh.
Do you know what I mean? So that's the one I've got for it. It's the only thing I ever used for like 10 years. Just be like, make the right choice.
Make the right choice.
Make the right choice. Make the right choice. Make the right choice. And then eventually they just make it. You go, thank you. And that's it. That's the one I do. I think the simpler you go with it, the better. You've got to go for the problem, not the kid.
I'm not a sticker teacher. Never have been. I'm not.
I think it was. I was, and then I wasn't, because I think
I'm not buying them.
It's not even that. I just think it burns out after a while.
Yeah, like, you know, how many gold stars can you give out before it means nothing? And I just wanted to make it seem that, well, I'm proud of you. Yeah. So good. And I give a high five. For me, I went on such a journey of behavior management. So I thought that Stern was going to work. Yeah. So because it's quite a different from who I am anyway, I used to raise my voice. But when you take yourself up to the level of their behavior, you're just butting heads. Nothing's going to work. And for me, there's a few things in it. So when I used to shout, whereas I don't do that now, unless there's danger, like someone's on top of a table with scissors, get down now. I will always say to myself, when emotions are high, intelligence is low, so I have to take a little second to think. And like you say, that thing about make the right choice, make the right choice, I would say something along the lines of, you know, about choice-wise. Well, you're doing this, but you could do that. Or I use when and then. When you do this, then, when and then. And I never say, what's that? I never say please. Get down, please. Get down, please. I'm like, down, thank you. Down, thank you. Yeah. Down. And like you were saying, I say it in the exact same tone, and I could be so annoying. Put that down, thank you. Put that down, thank you. Put that down, thank you. Like, oh, you put that down. Okay, well done. So we'll do things like that. And also there's things that come into it about body language. Yeah. If you're the towering inferno over the children, that's not going to work. You have to get down on their level. Not too close. Nobody wants eye contact. And just think about how you are. If your shoulders are up, if you're like that, that's what they're seeing. And you're almost mirroring their behavior. You have to show that. It's just so hard to do. Yeah. And it's not the child, it's the behavior you're talking about, not the child. So I'll say things like, you know, you're really good. But this behavior is not so good. It's like, that's not the person I know. So what you could do is this. And if you feel that you're not going to solve it in that moment, if in doubt, get them out. As in, right, let's go outside TA if you're lucky enough to have one. Take them for a little walk. But I always try before the end of the day of not let them leave thinking that I'm disappointed in them. Yeah. I always try, even if they have cut my shirt with scissors, which has happened, I will always find a way of like, right, let's try and restore this. And as a class, say if, you know, I've had someone punch someone in the face in reception. Yeah, that's right. And that was perfect. And I've got the class together whilst the child wasn't there to talk about what that child may have been feeling. Yeah. What could you do as a class? What could you do next time? And then we had a code word in the classroom. If someone was escalating and it was vinegar, don't ask me why it was vinegar. I just wanted to pick something completely random. So when I said that word, they knew to scarper because this child was going to erupt. Because I was trying to help that child because, you know, there's research that shows that children who have behavioral issues are generally less liked by their peers and will find it hard to make friends. And if you don't make friends and have a strong connection.
I know it's horrible to say, but I wouldn't need data to tell me that. Mm-hmm. If I was in class and one kid was punching another kid in the face, I'd go, I'm not hanging around with that kid.
And like girls in reception, the class in a minute are so horrible to each other. Yeah. I've overheard it. They don't say anything nasty, but like, you're a little nana. And then they're all like, what did you just say? Or a girl a couple of weeks ago called another girl a female dog. And I went, oh, excuse me. I need to stop in reacting. But in the classroom, I was like, the swear words I hear in the classroom these days, it's awful. Right. Year 2, a child called me an effer one day. I went, excuse me? I was shocked. But then there's also other things like when it comes to reward, I don't do, like the school I'm in at the minute do dojo points and like I make it silly now. Like, 20 dojo points for everybody. Whereas I will always just say, I'm really proud of you because of this. And when you do this thing called the gratitude board, there's a book called When the Adult Changes, Everything Changes. So as the teacher in the room, as the adult, they talk about controlling the weather in the room. You can make that a nice sunny day, or you can make it the most stormiest, turbulent place ever. And I've been in rooms where our teachers have been vile, like absolutely vile. And I've had to step out, and I've never wanted to be like that. But they talk about how instead of having so in reception, you know, about on up the school, we used to have this thing where it was the sun, the sad cloud. Go and move your name onto the sad cloud now. But like as an adult, you wouldn't want that in the staff room if you didn't do well that day in the lesson. Go and put your name
it's like
onto
that, isn't it? As well as it's like
public shaming.
The one, I don't know whether it's still in schools now, but when we were, it was like, when kids come in, they can put their mood on how they're feeling. And I just remember seeing a post about it where someone was like, imagine, like you said, imagine you did that in the staff room, like, put where it's going to be. No one's putting themselves on that sad one if they're sad. They're like, put me on the good, don't look at me, keep me there.
Imagine the head teacher coming going, Martin, you've put your face so miserable. I've got treats in the staff room. We're a wellbeing school, aren't we? Because you get picked up on for that. And the difficult parents is a really hard one. Because
just avoid them.
Just avoid them.
Just avoid them.
Shut the door. Don't look at them. I've had parents before who've been really rude to me. Recently, you know, because I'm doing supply, I've had parents say, "You're just the supply teacher," and I will not let that fly. Yeah. I will stay. I'll have a couple of seconds to compose myself. And I went, "Excuse me, I don't think so," and I will list off achievements, almost like, you know, in X Factor, 10 number ones. That I'm not having it. But I'll have parents who have screamed in my face before, and I'll just do the whole. Because they're the ones that are, I'm not rising to that. I'm going to be professional in it. And if they're going to scream in my face, I'll say, if you want to discuss this, then we'll have a meeting, but not right now.
Yeah. I think, absolutely not. Do you know what? I think it's tough sometimes for women in primary with stuff like that. Because I know a few times where there has been a difficult dad and they've always been really aggressive and really shouty and really thingy. But they're great with me when the kid gets to my class. They never shouted at me. They never raised their voice to me. And they were dead happy and jolly. But when it was the women, they were like, you need to.
Awful.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a parent that really went off at you about anything?
Yeah, I've had them in the past. But our school was quite good, to be fair, at like protecting. So if they were like, if any parents ever wanted a meeting with me, their head and deputy would just be like, no, you can have a meeting with us. I wouldn't be in the room, but you're saying for other teachers, like if they had a problem with that teacher wouldn't be, they used to say, we're not dragging you out in front of them and being like, you know, go on, shame them. Like we'll separate that. We'll deal with it. We'll calm it. And you just carry on. But to me, I think 90% of the time when it comes to a parent, they'll be having a tough time at home.
Yes.
There's only, there'll be something going on in their life. School's a really good outlet for them to feel that they've got some way of venting. And to me, so I've never really been bothered with it, but I've got to be honest, I was very much a teacher who was like, I'll smile, I'll nod. I never built up a relationship with any parent in the school. That was it. It never did. But I know there was others who would in the chat and the talk. Mine would be, oh yeah. That was it.
I was Mr. Person. I was at the door. Hi, everybody. But then whenever I did get a difficult parent, I used to take it really personally. Yeah. Like, the only time I've ever had, and this is how silly it could be, like a couple of times, was one parent who shouted at me at the end of the day because, and this was about 15 years ago. So children used to have dinner money. Yeah. And reception children had a little purse with dinner money anyway. So, but this child had a packed lunch. And there was a child in my class who was severely allergic to peanuts. And he had peanut butter sandwiches. And I was like, code blue, get me.
What do you mean? He was allergic to them?
No, there was a child in my class. But he had brought in peanut butter sandwiches. It was his second day of school. And I was like, oh my God.
Shows you how there's no surprise in school that I didn't even really bat too much about the idea of a child who was allergic to peanuts bringing in peanut butter sandwiches.
That happened. But I just was like, right. So I said, you're not going to be able to have this, but don't you worry. We can have a school dinner instead. So I used my own money to pay for this.
Yeah.
But wouldn't have coins these
Wouldn't the
days.
school just pay it?
I'd only started teaching for like a week.
Yeah.
It was my first week of teaching. So he did have dinner, but anyway, he went home and obviously mum's looked and packed lunch. She came back, bang, bang, bang on the door with, her knuckles or something. And I was like, oh, what's wrong, Jim? He said that you took his packed lunch away. He's eaten nothing today because of you. What sort of teacher are you? And I was like, hold on a second. He did have school dinner. And she went, how is that possible? And because I paid for it, because he had peanut butter and there's a little girl in the class who's severely allergic. And she went, well, he has his rights, blah, blah, blah. And I think this is 15 years ago, so a bigger deal these days. And I went, he did eat. I went, you did eat. You did. And he was like, oh, I had bread and whatever. See, he said bread. He did eat. And she calmed herself down. The next day, he was sent in again, peanut butter sandwiches. And they were massive. Absolutely massive.
Like to make a point.
To make a point. But in our school policy, it said, it wasn't in the rules. It was just suggested that you shouldn't have peanut butter. And I remember going to my head teacher, if that little girl comes into contact, she could die over a crappy peanut butter sandwich. And I remember I went back there, I was seething, Martin. And at the end of the day, I saw mum and just so you know, he had a school dinner again today. He cannot have those. She went, I want to make this against his human rights. And I went, it's a peanut butter sandwich. We're talking death.
Yeah.
And I just stared at mum and I was like, pure Northern Ireland. We're talking death, so we are. What do you want? And she was like, okay. And I went, think of something else. But that's all he ever eats. And I went, well, let's try and... He was like, well, he ate the lasagna today at school, so maybe he does eat other things. And then it was all right after that. And then the only other time I was ever shouted at was because someone else had, it's always food.
Yeah.
It's always, but those are the things that we need to survive: food, water, shelter. A mum had told me that her child wanted baked potato that day, but the beans couldn't be on the baked potato. They had to be beside the baked potato, right? And I thought I would remember this. I've forgotten. I'm doing the forest. I've got Fred the Frog here. Get to the dinner hall. I don't think about it. Anyway, after dinner, no one tells me that he didn't eat. Nobody. So he goes home again. This is not the same child, by the way. This is like 2 or 3 years ago. Mom, the next morning comes, he's not had food. I've been up all night thinking about it. I went, what happened? She went, I told you promised me that the beans would be beside the baked potato, not on the baked potato. And in my head, I was like, this is silly. It's beans. Yeah. And he did have snacks during the day. We had bananas, we had milk. We actually had toast.
So did he not like beans?
I think he needed to be beside the potato, not on top of the potato. Maybe it makes it soggy. Who knows? But we actually had a breakfast bar in the classroom at this stage. So we did have, I know we had toast and stuff anyway. And we have toast in the afternoon. So we did eat. She just didn't know that we had toast in the classroom. And once I told her that, she was absolutely fine. But I said to her, because I'm not setting the expectations. This is another thing for parents. Set your expectation out. I said to her, just so you know, I will not have the capacity to make sure that the beans are in the right place on this plate ever again. And then I've had parents say to me, we've left you a message on Class Dojo and you've not got back to us. And this was recently. And I said to a parent, when I leave here at 3:30, I can't check that. Yeah. I don't check it at home. And I come in the morning, I'll check it for me at 8:15. And if I can't get to yours that day, I just can't get to it that day. Why can't you read it at home? Because I'm at home.
Do you know what I'd be doing? Disabling that part of Class Dojo.
Oh, messages. Oh, it's not down to me. But yeah,
I wouldn't have it, me. I would not have. I just think when it comes to messages, it's very rare you're gonna have a nice message off a parent or something like that. It's gonna be they're angry about something and they want to vent and they've done it, or they're going to be asking a stupid question like, even though you've laid out an instruction pack of what their homework is, can we just check that this is how you do this? Mm-hmm. To me, I'd switch it off. And I'd be worried about any schools, especially in primary, that need to set up a direct line to parents to teachers and vice versa. You don't need to do it.
No.
To me, that's a big one with it. You don't need to do it. There's so much there, and I think it's an easy rant, and people can get worked up about their kids quite easily, which is fair enough. It's your children, you're looking after them. And if you've had a really tough day and then something like that happens, it can just send you over the edge.
Yeah.
I wonder as well whether it's a little bit maybe I was just lucky. I can't think of too many times. But I wonder whether the older the child gets, the less it's put on you. Like at 5, it's their first year in school. You know, they're still seen as like, wow, that's it. By like year 5.
Oh, they're used to it.
Yeah, you know, like, what do you mean? Why don't you just tell the dinner lady?
Well, move your beans.
Yeah. Do you know, like, I think that comes into it more. Do you know, and by probably year 5, stuff like that, if he's got that problem where some people are a bit funny with food that way, where the beans have got to be on the side and not touching the jacket, by year 5, that problem's happened so many times that his comes out separate. Yeah. Do you know, like, so maybe it's a little bit of that. But yeah, I wonder whether you find, and I'd love people to message in and let us know whether you find, if you're in the upper part of it, in like juniors, whether there's less of that than there is when you're in infants. Because I reckon it's a lot lesser. Because I could go weeks, maybe months without speaking to a parent.
I'm seeing them every day. Hi, everybody.
I remember first day, it was in year 5, let them out, and I said to the TA, I said, do you have to go to the door and see them out? And she was like, no, some teachers go and some teachers don't. It's your choice, you don't need to. I went, okay. And never went to the door. Just never went.
Bye.
Used to go down 10, 15 minutes after. Full man gone? Yeah, okay. But I used to say, if no one's there for you, just come back to class.
Oh.
But we used to be like, round the corner.
Oh, we've
like,
got ours guarded off. No one leaves until I see your... And then I'm questioning the parent, who are you? What's the password? No. Especially if it's someone random that comes up.
I remember getting told off by the caretaker once because there was mouldy packed lunches in my cloakroom.
Oh, gosh.
And he was like...
It's not your fault.
Well, yeah, he was like, come on. And I was like, I am going there.
I don't go in the cloakroom.
Why was I going there?
Like, I'm one of them teachers. I police the cloakroom. See, when they come in after break, I go out and... oh, no. That's my disappointing tone. Look what I have got. 9 out of 10. There's one coat on the floor. And then what I started doing last year for a complete laugh, I got a bin bag and I got some paper and put a word. I put Vinted on it. And I said, right, let's see what I'm selling on Vinted today. So I go out and I would go out and I put coats in there. Oh, look what I've got. And then, but do you know what though? Nothing was on the floor. Nothing. No. It was pristine and I absolutely loved it. And
but that's changing the environment like you were talking, wasn't it? That's making it a bit of fun.
Because they were like, hey, some of them put it on the floor on purpose. You know, put it in the bin bag. No. But then there was something else. Have you ever done this as a teacher? You know, if you've walked past someone's classroom, the door's open and they're telling off someone and you're like, oh, Mr. McFarland, what's going on in here? Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. And then there's two teachers being like, oh, and they do the whole acting thing. They're like, I will look at the rest of the class all joining in, but you. I'm like, I've only ever done that a couple of times, but only because I seen it happen this week. And I was like, oh, are we still doing that?
See, I never used to do that, but I used to get kids sent to me.
Oh, I what is it with that?
Yeah. But I used to, so it was funny. So I never really shouted at my class. But when someone got sent to me, when they got sent to me, I wouldn't yell at them. I'd whisper at them. So I'd be like, I can't believe you've done that. And they'd go back like in tears.
Oh, really?
And they'd be like, what did you do? It was like, I just whispered like, don't ever do that again.
Have you ever used, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed?
Yeah, I think every teacher has.
What are you doing? I used to say to them, don't make me show you the whites of my eyes. And I used to, like, when I do behavior things, now I really like camp it up a little bit or like overdo it on purpose because it's fun. I always remember my friend Sarah, when she was in another class, this little boy had like trashed the creative area. Have you ever seen the TV show Finders Keepers? Remember that in the 90s? Imagine that, okay? It was chaos. I went in, well, when I say chaos, there was like 2 paintbrushes on the floor and a bit of paint on the thing. In today's money, that would be nothing. So I go in, I'm like, the class are all sitting like this, and he's standing beside her. He's like, Mr. Matt, you'll never believe what he's done. Go and look in the creative area. And I walk around. Oh, what's it? Oh no, my two favorite colors are red and green, and you've wasted all the paint. And she had this toy snake.
Yeah.
Okay, this big, massive snake. So I go and pick it up, put it around my shoulders. I'm like, oh, snake's feeling hungry today. He eats children who mess around with it. I did that with the creative area. I remember Sarah being like, she had to leave and go to the corner of the room, and he was like, I'll never do it again. But he was almost he was smiling and laughing at the same time because he knew I was taking the piss. And she was like, that was absolute chaos. Where did that come from? And I just like ham it up, and I'll walk around the classroom and be like, oh, everything looks good. Oh no, what is this? There's like one pencil in the felt tip pot. This is chaos, boys and girls. Who put that in there? Absolutely not. This is diabolical. So last year I taught them the word atrocious, diabolical, and what's the other one? I can't remember what that one was. Abysmal. Yeah. And they were all using it in their day-to-day language. 4 and 5 years. Mr. Mike, that's diabolical. I'm like, my teaching's better than diabolical. But anyway, that was a nice long answer for that first question.
Yeah, I was going to say. But yeah, I think that's the big thing with it all, isn't it? With behaviour. I think you hit the nail on the head before, didn't you? It's setting the environment. Funny enough, like we were talking about with heads and SLT in the last episode, it's setting the standards, isn't it? It's setting not so much saying this is what we do, but showing it as well. Like if you're always screaming and shouting and you're aggressive, you're going to get it back, aren't you?
Yeah, the children are just going to mirror what you do.
As you've just said then, you were using diabolical and everything.
They loved it. But it's when they're talking... Not necessarily when they're talking about, so like say if they were making something in the creative area, Mr. Mike, I made her a card and she brought me this one and this is atrocious. And I was like, good use of vocabulary, but no.
Not bad. We'll go to the next question.
Let's go to the next question. Let's do it.
Pick one.
What's it going to be?
I'll go with number 4 on one because you skipped number 4 from the last time. Which I think is quite a good one actually. I keep promising myself I'll start again on Monday and never do. How do I break that cycle? Because it's starting to feel like I can't.
Okay. Start on Monday. Why is it a Monday thing? I know it's the first day of the week, start on Monday, but the thing about that is, why not do it now? Why not start now? Put things in place now.
I think that's important. So I'm very big on like visualizing stuff. So thinking about how you want to, a bit like teaching. You wouldn't just go, right, I'm going to start teaching these lessons on Monday. You'd have a little think, wouldn't you? And go, right, okay, what's it going to look like? How's it going to be?
You would hope.
Yeah, hopefully anyway. But that's what I used to do. So whenever I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, let's think about this. Let's think about that. What does my training look like? What does my food look like? What do I want breakfast to look like? To me, I think you've got to visualize and be a bit realistic. You're not going to do everything all at once. If you're struggling with everything, you're not going to end up nailing the gym like 6 times a week. Go for a walk. Just very simple. Visualize it. And just baby steps.
Yeah, because I think if you can't see the woods from the trees, you're not going to be able to see, well, if I start now, I think it's just starting. Some people just don't start, like, just. I love the Nike slogan, just do it. The most powerful word in that is the just. Just even if you fail, doesn't matter. You've still given it a go. But what's that first attempt in learning? I always love an abbreviation. Like whenever I was starting mine, so many times when I fell off the wagon, I was like, oh God. But the thing about waiting for Monday is if you start now, by the time Monday comes, what day does it say? We're recording this on a Friday. If you start putting things in place, and say if I want to start healthy eating, if I wait to Monday to do my plan it now, plan out what you're going to eat, plan it out now, and then get your groceries in. Don't wait to Monday because Monday will come and you're like, oh, the day's been crap.
Don't do the thing of going, right, I'll have this weekend. You're talking,
to have like a feast.
Yeah, have the feast because that's going to make it worse because it's all willpower. It's all a willpower. You got to start growing that willpower. You say no straight away. Draw that line in the sand. I think that's big, and it's knowing your why. I think as well. You can't just want to lose weight.
Yeah, it's the why. Like you said, the why behind it. For me, I wanted to lose weight to look better, but also I felt like crap.
Yeah, and that's the big one. You've got to know that why. I talk with everyone I work with. Like, there's no point. Anyone that messages me and they say, "Oh, I just want to lose weight," I always have to ask them, like, well, why do you want to lose weight? No one wants to lose weight. They want to lose weight because of what it's going to bring.
Yeah.
If your only thing is, I just want to lose weight, you are going to fail every Monday because you haven't got that reason behind it. There's no value in what you weigh. Doesn't matter. But how confident you feel, how much energy you've got, how strong you're feeling, all those ones. Like I go to the gym, I love weight training because I like being strong. I like being strong. So I go and I do it. And that's the big one with it. Like you've got to have those reasons, those whys behind it. I think it's massive.
Yeah, and there's another thing, just when you said it, just popped into my head. Like, say when Monday comes, if you've not fixed the things that you're worried about now, Monday will come and it'll just be like it was today.
Yeah.
So if you want to think ahead, you might think, if I lived every day like the one I'm doing now, will I be closer to my goal or will I be further away from it? But if I start making changes now, then I'll be closer to my goal. Whereas if I wait to Monday, I'm still going to be as far away as ever. So start making little changes now, I would say. Yeah.
I think it's massive that. Yeah, it's just one of them, isn't it? Every Monday's going to be tough. Every Monday's going to be tough. Every Monday's going to be hard. I always think every Monday when you say I'll start on Monday, that means you binge Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then it comes to Monday and you go, I can't be bothered starting this now. And then that spirals for another week and another week and another week. So like you said, it's just about starting now, planning it out, thinking about what it's going to look like, finding your why. And just finding that bit of support as well.
Yeah, like an accountability buddy or something.
Accountability with it. Like,
well, for me, I got a coach. That's what I did. And I was like, that helped me initially. I remember he said to me one time, he called me Fairweather. He's like, Dan, you're so Keegan was like, Dan, you are so Fairweather. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, you'll do it for a few days. And then I'm like, oh, well. He went, is this how you want your life to be? He said, in 5 years from now, do you still want to be where you are now? Or you could do this. And it was 5 years ago, like last month. And I'm so glad that that little comment said to me, absolutely not. I do not want to be 39 and still be 23 stone. And still, like, your why. My knees were sore. My clothes didn't fit me. Going clothes shopping was not enjoyable because I had to reach to the back of the rack, cover up the triple XL thing. And I just hate it how it was. And like, say if you're on a night out, I didn't enjoy it because I was like, people are looking at me.
And then you probably drank too much because...
Oh, I did. Vodka, shots. I said, oh, that's the song. I was like, shot. And then only because I wanted to get to a state where I was like, well, I won't care now because people...
You're not feeling comfortable, so you'll get more drunk.
Oh, absolutely.
Avoid
I'll start
occasions,
again next week.
not live your life properly, end up throwing yourself into work more. Because work's the only thing you're good at. To me, as I say, getting a bit of accountability is massive. Like, it's what I do with people. Yeah. Literally, I say to everyone, like, obviously, I give them the training, give them the nutrition, try and solve everything that way, the problems they have. But realistically, teachers have got brains in the head, especially with ChatGPT these days and everything like that. You could literally like get every bit of information you need. Information isn't the problem. It's having the support. It's having the accountability. It's having someone in your corner where you go, do you know what? I trust them. I know what they're saying. And I definitely could see me working with them. Yeah. That's a big one. And it's all I do. I chat and talk with people. Quite a lot of the time it is, you have a bad Monday. It's getting it out your head so that you'll carry on Tuesday. Yeah. No double negatives. We have rules like don't do anything twice. If you slip up on the Monday and you don't go and train when you said you were, that's fine. Can't do it on Tuesday. If you have a bad day where you don't track your calories, that's fine. Can't do it on the Tuesday. Don't drink any water, it's fine. That's not fine, but you can't do it on Tuesday. And it's that thing of like stopping it turning into a spiral. Yeah. It's having that ability to almost suck it up when you've gone over your calories and track them and go, oh, actually, I'm only 400 over. Like, it's not that bad. Okay, I can carry on with this. It's those little ones because whenever anyone goes on a journey, you're going to fall off it. Oh, gosh. The big thing is how you get back on it. And that's how you solve it. It's not, oh, I've messed up. Imagine that with the kids. Oh, yeah, that's it. Especially down my end. Oh, you messed up. You're never going to write a sentence ever. You may as well give up. Off you go. Yeah. You're effectively being the kid in class who gets a sum wrong and like pushes the stuff off the desk and says, I'm never going to be able to do this. And you're like, you got 10 right. Like you got one wrong. Yeah. it's the same with this. It's just about giving yourself that belief, giving yourself that accountability, giving yourself that support. And however you need to do it, obviously, if anyone wants coaching, they can always reach out to me. We can chat and talk about it. There's someone else online who you think might be a better fit for you. Reach out to them. If you're like, do you know what? There's a couple of us at work. We're going to set something up together. Do it. But get some accountability so that you're doing it. I think that's massive. I think that's how I do it. You plan, you structure, you get the accountability.
And start today. Now.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, take this as your klaxon. Go. Whatever it is that's in your head right now, do an action towards getting you there. Whatever it may be. If it's like, say, if it's nutrition, start getting your food planned out. Yeah. Get ChatGPT to help you. It'd be so easy.
Oh, 100%.
Like, give you loads of ideas. And then, but the thing is, it's like, I used to have, did you ever go on a course and you took pictures of the slides?
Yeah, there'd always be
and you
one
never
where
did
like,
anything with
take
it.
a picture of this, and you take a picture. It just says
you never do anything. Don't do that with what you want to do. Don't go into ChatGPT, do it all, and don't do anything with it. It's down to you at the end of the day. No one's going to make you change your life.
Yeah.
You can get the support and accountability, but you have to do it. And it's all, have you ever had someone come in to want to work with you with your coaching, and their why wasn't enough, and you're like, no, sorry, go somewhere else? No,
everyone's always. Do you know what? There is, but there's people. I'm a big believer in that. My coach will be amazing for some people, won't be any good for others, because everyone needs different things.
Yeah,
and my big one is chatting, is talking, is being there for that support.
Yeah.
So mine always starts. Doesn't matter whether or not, it always starts before you sign up with us jumping on a call and having a chat. And if we can't have a chat on that call and you say, oh, listen, like you were saying, you've got knee pain, your clothes don't feel good. Or, if you can't talk to me about that now, then there's no point in you signing up, because you're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me stuff. But if you do tell me, then I know you're going to be honest with it. You're going to know that it's a judgment-free zone, which it is. And then we can chat and talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're going to solve those problems. Where if you come on and you're like, I just want to lose a little bit of weight. Another big one, I'll just give it a go. You won't, because it's not like a cocky like, you won't just give this a go.
Yeah.
It's more, if you're going into it with the attitude of like, I'll just see whether it works or not. Well, it's not going to work, because you're already going, I'll see whether it fail or not. It should be, do you know what? I know it's going to fail at certain points. We're going to chat and talk through it, and it's going to work. It's the same with when people talk about headspace. I'll have people who say, I'm just not in the right headspace for it. Well, if you were in the right headspace for it, you wouldn't need any help with it.
That's true.
Do you know, like, it's all those ones. It's about acting when you feel low. Going, do you know what? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to solve it. It's getting the right support. It's getting the right structure. And it's being with someone who's going to call you out on your BS, but at the same time, not that old, like, you don't want this hard enough.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So if every Monday you're always falling off the wagon, there's something going on a Monday. And it can be as simple as changing a little structure. I remember when I was first doing it, getting into the gym over the summer, when I really got into it. When we started back at the school, I said, right, every Monday I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym Monday to Friday. That's going to be where one's going 5 days a week. Our staff meeting was meant to finish at 4:30. Never did. Always went on to like 5:45.
Oh my goodness.
So
no.
Because of that, I'd hit all the traffic. It was about a 40-minute drive back, but it ended up being an hour and a half. I wouldn't end up getting back to like 7, 7:30. So then I still had to pack my bag for the next day and do all this other stuff. It'd get to about 8, 9 o'clock at night before I was ready to go to the gym. And I'd be going, I'm tired, I want to go to bed. So I wouldn't go to the gym. So then, because I hadn't gone on the Monday, I used to kind of fall off that week. So after like a week or two, I just thought to myself, well, do you know what? I'm going to start my week on a weekend. So depending on how my Saturday and Sunday look, on one of them, I will go to the gym, and that'll be my first one. And then when Monday comes, Monday's going to be a rest day. And it built that cycle then where I never missed those gym sessions later on in the week, because I'd started already on the Sunday. I worked with a girl who every Friday got a takeaway. And every Sunday on a check-in, she'd go, I got a takeaway again, but next week I won't get one. It went on for like 3-4 weeks. And I just said, listen, it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. Are you saying I'm going to get a takeaway? I'm not going to get a takeaway and then getting a takeaway. What's going on? Because what you're saying and what you're doing are completely different. And we figured out that basically every night of the week, she'd get in at 4:30, husband would get in at 5:30. She'd cook from 4:30 till 5:30. He'd be ready to eat at 5:30 when he got in. On a Friday, he'd get an early dart, so he'd finish at 4, be in this house for like 4, 4:30. She liked to stay late to tick off all the jobs, so the weekend was free. So she'd get in about 5:30, 6. So she's had a longer day. She's tired. She'd come through the door. As she come through the door, the husband would say, fancy a takeaway? And she'd just go, yeah. Because she's tired, she's exhausted. In that moment, all she cared about was getting food the easiest way possible.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, let's figure out what you can have in these takeaways that you're having, which will keep you on track so it doesn't derail the rest of the weekend like it was. And 2, let's think of some simple things that you can have in the house which are easy. Some with steak and chips and stuff like that in, steak and potatoes.
Yum.
But we also had, for when she was completely shattered, frozen pizza. Is it the best option? No. Frozen pizza is going to be about 1,000 calories. She was eating about half of it, 500 calories, about the same as a meal.
Yeah.
Or a Domino's with all the sides, where she's going to end up with 4,000 calories.
Yeah.
Do you know, so it's all those little things for me. But if you can only tell me, I just want to lose fat, you're not comfortable enough yet to tell me that real reason behind. Because no one just wants to lose fat. It's to do with your confidence. It's to do with your happiness. It's to do with everything. It's about feeling better in your clothes. It's about feeling better out your clothes. It's about all of it. So if you're not confident enough to talk to me or comfortable enough to talk to me about it, then you're not going to feel comfortable enough to tell me when you've slipped up. You're not going to feel comfortable enough
to ask for help.
And that's where it comes to me about knowing your why. You have to know your why so that you can talk and chat about it and feel comfortable and safe in those environments.
Yeah.
And then when you do that, then you can have that growth.
That's amazing.
That's the big one for me. Like, because no one is just missing how many calories they needed. No one is missing a gym plan. No one is missing about someone figuring out how many steps they can walk or how much water they should drink or what supplements they should have. It's about, I'm tired on a Thursday night. I've had a tough week and I'm absolutely exhausted. I've said I'm going to prep some food, but I can't be bothered and I'm going to get a takeaway when I get in or binge on a load of chocolate. How do I stop that?
Yeah.
That's the stuff. But you've actually got to do that while you've got a coach or support from whoever. But if you're working with a coach, you've actually got to do that with a coach to then chat and talk about it and go, okay, that's how we fix around that. Not have a, right, well, you're not going to do that. Well, no. I'm like, I've been doing it for 10 years, so I'm probably still going to do it. Well, you don't want it hard enough. No, you do want it. You've wanted it for 10 years. You're struggling with how to swap it. That's the big one.
Mine was like that. Whereas now, like you say, I put other things in place. Like I've got eggs and all our little yogurts and things, so it'll be absolutely fine. But I know now when I'm going to get hungry. I know what time of day it is. And I'm like, right, when I'm walking home from work, I'm going to be hungry. And if I didn't have anything then, when I get in that door or when I walk past Lidl, I'm like,
the amount of teachers I've worked with where that solves so many problems about them having something to eat at 4 p.m. at school. Whether it's overnight oats, whether it's another second meal,
Skinny Whip,
whatever it is, yes.
A box of
maybe a box of Skinny Whip. But having something there, which is 400 calories, which then is going to stop for 1,000 calories that night. It's massive, like.
Love that. Do we have time for another one?
I reckon we got time for one more.
Oh, let me see. Right. Which one to choose? There's some really good ones in here. Oh, you picked the Monday one. Oh, I like this one. We've not talked about sleep yet. So I teach full time. I've got 2 kids at home, and sleep is the first thing to go when work gets busy. I stay up late finishing stuff, then get up early, power on through on caffeine. I've been doing it for so long, I forget it's not normal.
Yeah.
Oh, sleep for me. Remember a few episodes ago we were saying about my
How
sleep.
are you getting on with it now?
Okay, my sleep is now between 6 and 7 hours. Night, which is, it should be higher. But for me, the heat.
You get up early though as well, don't you?
I get up at 5. I'm in bed at 10. I try to be in bed at 9:30, read my book. Because if I start reading, I pass out. And I for me now, it's not falling asleep. I can do that quite easy. It's staying asleep because of the heat.
Get a fan?
I've got a fan, but I'm scared to leave it on all night in case the place goes up in flames.
Oh, I have mine on.
My dad was a fire chief.
Yeah.
So I'm at night switching everything off apart from the broadband and the lamp. Well, it touches and goes off. But I'm scared of leaving the fan off in case fan on in case the whole place goes up in flames. And that's how I go.
I've got mine.
That's how I go.
I've got mine. I have a fan on all the time.
And
Even
then,
in the winter.
Do you know I got freezing there? Look at me. I'm not happy. I'm not happy warm. I'm not happy cold.
Oh no, I'm always boiling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a blanket and the fan's on.
Sleep is sleep is, for me right now, I can go to the gym, I can eat well now, and sleep is my main thing that I'm working on, because there's days when I'm at work teaching now when I will feel tired.
I've had messages off you, Dan, at like 11, half 11 at night, which I've woke up to the next morning.
He doesn't answer them because he's asleep.
I look at them the next morning, and I'm like, what time you send that? 11:30? And then I'll just go on Instagram and there'll be a story of you at like 4:45 in the gym. And I'll think
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
He's only got at least 4 hours there.
Mm-hmm. I've got up, I've had the creatine, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I know now that if I was thinking about it this morning when I was at the gym, because I know that I can train better than what I did today. I still did the session. Yeah. It was a slog. And I was at one point, I was like, if I got about 8 hours sleep, I'd be blasting this out. But then I would probably be feeling better. And there was one time last week when I had 3 good nights sleep in a row, and I dropped because I'm in a bit of a cut at the minute, I dropped like 1.5 kilos. Yeah. Because I slept. Bulking? No, for 4 or 5 weeks now, I'm doing a mini cut, everyone. Exercise lingo. So I've been bulking for a 1.5 years. And just before the summer, I'm going to just do a quick. Yeah. I'm only losing like 3 to 4 kilograms. Nothing much. Yeah. That's a lot actually. But it's hard because I was on like a lot of calories and now. Yeah. But when I sleep, that's when I feel great the next day. But sleep does so much for you. It helps you with stress. It gives you that energy to get through the day because teachers have so many decisions they do throughout the day. But for me, sleep helps manage my emotions. Oh, well. Because you can say I'm quite like yay, everything's good. But I can also go the other side of it. And when I know I've slept, I can deal with that so much better. Yeah. And when people are like, you need to do this at work, because I've slept, I was able to do the whole not yet, the whole no thing. But when the person was saying there about sleep being the first thing to go, we've talked a lot about rewording things or switching things around. What she needs to do, or he or they need to make sleep their main priority now. Yeah. How can you make sure, like sleep routine, put that away? I know I'm one to talk, message him at 11, but put that away. Do you know what though?
To me, I think with the phone, it's so easy. So like, it can be as simple as like, if you go, how do I put it away? Set yourself up with something at night. So like a Kindle or something like that. Put that by your bed. Put your phone charger the other side of the room. You're going, if you're lying in bed and you're bored, you're going to grab your phone and go on it.
You'll see it light up.
Once you're comfy in bed, you're not getting out of bed to go the other side of the room to get it. Mm-hmm. And it's also good for getting you up in the morning. Like once you're out of bed, that's the hardest bit. If your alarm goes up and you've got to get out of the bed, you don't get back in it. Do you know? So to me, put your phone the other side of the room and start giving yourself a strict bedtime routine, because if you're naturally going to sleep at, say, 11:30, you're not going to fall asleep at 9. But if you just keep going to bed at 9, you are going to start falling asleep. Then just read. Set yourself up with habits of like, almost when I fall asleep, I'll fall asleep. But at 9:30, I go to bed and I read till I'm tired and then I go to sleep. That's what I do. We go to bed at 9 mainly because of Seamus. Seamus has set enough internal alarm clock to kick off at 9 if we're still down and the telly's on. But then after that, I go up at 9, read till 9:30. Most of the time, I'm asleep by 9:30.
Do you fall asleep with the book?
No, I can just feel like
you're like
when so I'll be reading it, and then there'll come a point where I'm like, I'm reading the same line again and again and again, and I just go, oh, it's time to put the book down. But and it's just, I think it's just finding stuff that interests you.
Yeah, they talked about caffeine as well.
Yeah.
So does it take 12 hours to work its way through your system? Is that what I read?
4, I think, for it to completely be gone, for its like half-life. So it's that thing, isn't it? Do you reckon, just to be safe, don't have any after like 2 p.m, I think it is?
Yeah, I don't have any coffee now. It's rare that I have a coffee after lunch. If I want the taste of it, because I like the taste of coffee, I'll have a decaf or a cup. I have a cup of tea sometimes at 7 o'clock, but that's fine. But coffee, and no, I don't drink any energy drinks. Never. Ever.
I used to be bad on them, but I give them up just because I was drinking too many of them. Yeah, Monsters. White Monster.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no, I can't. Do you know, the taste of Red Bull makes me feel sick.
Yeah, but the Monsters don't taste like...
Oh, do they not?
No, they taste like... The White Monster is definitely like the best drink, just full stop. It's...
Ever.
Yeah,
ever.
When it's cold, it's the nicest drink. But I wouldn't recommend starting on them because
no, don't listen to him.
Well, that's the trouble with it, because it's so nice tasting. It's so easy to drink more of them.
That's like me with a pina colada. I could just go. I think I had 12 one night. 12.
Yeah,
that's just me getting going. Then we went out. But yes, sleep. Make it your priority. Really? Look at your bedtime routine. You do what Martin said. Put your phone on the other side of the room. Read. Get a book.
Reading's massive for it. And actually, it gives you better sleep, you know. Oh, really? So if you're reading a fiction book, basically what do you reckon is, because you've got to build that, like while you're reading it, you're building that world in your head. You stop thinking about anything else. So you stop thinking about work, and then you fall asleep easier because of it. So fiction book, phone the other side of the room, and just give yourself a proper bedtime routine.
Yeah. Absolutely. And don't over snooze the next day because you just feel tired.
Again, if you put it the other side of the room, you've got to get up to switch it off.
Yeah.
And once you're up, that's the hardest bit. That's the hardest bit, getting out the bed. If your phone's right next to you, your alarm's right next to you, you can snooze it and you can stay in bed. If you physically got to get up, once you're up, you're like, well, I'm up.
Now, it's rare that you would get back in. The only time I get back in if I was like hungover or something.
If you know you've got nothing on that day, I'll be like,
get back in, grab the duvet.
But no, you're laughing, but no.
Good one. Yeah.
I think a good place to wrap this one up. Make sure you give us a 5-star review. We're going to keep banging on about it. To be fair, more and more people are. I think before the last batch we did, we had like 9 5-stars overall, and now we've got like 26.
Yeah, I love that. Do you know, I go on and check. We go on and check, and it makes my day sometimes. Like, yay! Especially if I've had a day when someone's thrown a block at me at school. I'm like, yay!
And if they're listening on Spotify, I always look to see whether anyone's left a comment on a particular episode.
Leave us comments. Even if you don't like it, leave us comments.
It'll all help. But now, good place to wrap up, and we'll see everyone next week.
Bye.